Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Friday, the 13th, December 13th, 2019. Told people to circle this date a month in advance. Said you'd see celebrity deaths on this day. You'd see likely a mass shooting on this day. And of course, we got both of those. It's clockwork every single month. You get the date with the 44 and 64 numerology. And you get the reporting of celebrity deaths and tragedies, which are often shootings. For those of you who are waiting for videos on this channel, Gematria Effect Sports, realize this isn't my main channel. I normally post on Gematria Effect News or my Zachary K. Hubbard channel. A lot of you have been, I've been waiting for a video for weeks. You guys, you've been waiting for nothing. I've probably put out, 300 videos in the last month, and you've missed all of them because you've been waiting on this channel. And again, a lot of you are saying, well, wait a minute, I thought I was subscribed to your channel, but I'm not anymore. You guys, it's 2019. You got to catch on to the game. YouTube is going to unsubscribe you from my channel. YouTube is going to delete my channels. YouTube is going to suspend me. I'm on my 20th channel now. This channel remains up on the sports channel because I hardly post anything on it. But they continue to delete my other channels. The other channel just had 70-some thousand subscribers and just got deleted. Since then, I've started up a new channel, which has already been deleted, and now I'm on another one. So if you're trying to follow my work, you got to stay up on it. Google censors me more than anybody else on this platform because they do not want that knowledge out there. They do not want this information out there, All right, so let's go through the headlines. Lots to talk about today. You have the death of a New Orleans Saint at age 57. If you follow my work for any period of time, you know about 57 in sports. That's the championship number. Doesn't mean a team will win the championship, but it's usually the number that's hanging around teams that end up in the big games. So, December 13, 2019, date with 64 numerology, date with 44 numerology. Again, this is why you get the tragedies on these dates every single month. Perfect clockwork. Been showing this pattern for over 2 years now. I'll always say circle this date and just watch. The word kill is 44. The word kill is 64 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. If you're new here, this is Gematria, the Jewish practice of coding numbers into words. No secret who runs the entertainment industry. Again, in Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, it stated God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. The people who play God, the false ones, this is how they complete their rituals daily. Now we're reading about the death of a New Orleans Saint. Notice New Orleans Saints is 64 and Saints alone is 44. A dead saint on the 64-44 numerology. His name, Vaughn Johnson, equals 169, which has a square root of 13. See this combo again and again. And this news coming on Friday the 13th. So... And with regards to the Saints, don't forget that they won Super Bowl 44, right? They won Super Bowl 44, so that number has some resonance with the team. Also, they referred to him as part of the Dome Patrol, the nickname. Dome Patrol equals 52. The news of his death comes today. He died yesterday, the day of Thursday Night Football, and he died exactly 52 days before the start of the Super Bowl, February 2nd, 2020. Dome Patrol 52, just like what they emphasized up in the headlines. Dome Patrol. Saints mourn death of famed Dome Patrol linebacker Vaughn Johnson. Also in the headlines today, death of Michael Jordan's high school basketball coach, dead at 67. All year I've said, just watch how many people will die at age 67 in 2019. 67 is the 19th prime number. We've documented, I would say, at least 100 celebrity-related deaths at the age of 67 this year. It's probably been a lot more than that. Seems like it's been almost daily. So anyway, 67, the 19th prime. It's always a number that's around suspicious deaths, but in 2019, it's just been left and right. Blood sacrifice equals 67. Blood sacrifice also equals 86. This man's name was Clifton Hearing. Clifton Hearing, 86, and also 76, the reflection of 67. The news comes today, Friday the 13th, but the story says he died Wednesday, December 11th. That was the day leaving 20 days left in the year. Pop's 20, death is 20. And notice that's what they emphasize, Pop. Pop dead on the day leaving 20 days left in the year. And in light of him being Jordan's coach, he died December 11th, 2019. That was a date with 62 numerology. Sacrifice is 62. Again, we just saw the death of Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD died in connection to 62. Earlier this year, his father died on June 2nd, 6-2. His father died 86 days after the release of his album, Death Race for Love. Again, Blood Sacrifice, 86. Then he dies from a seizure, 86. That thing they were doing on TikTok, the challenge of listening to his song and pretending like you're having a seizure that was going on in the months leading up to his death. The name of that challenge equaled 86. Be sure to check out the video I did on that if you missed it. Anyhow, this man died on a date with 62 numerology, Sacrifice 62, Jordan 62. And he also died 68 days from Jordan's upcoming 57th birthday. Basketball. Well, I got dyslexic there with typing, but still the right letters are there. The B should obviously come before the A, but basketball is 68. Just like how he did 68 days before Jordan's birthday. Terrell Suggs released by the Arizona Cardinals after 13 games on Friday the 13th. And Terrell Suggs played at Arizona State University, longtime Baltimore Raven. The release comes the day after the Ravens get that symbolic win on Thursday Night Football. TNF 13, NFL equals 13. Lamar Jackson surpassed Michael Vick 169 days after Michael Vick's birthday. Again, 169 has a square root of 13. Baltimore equals 41, the 13th prime. I wonder if we might see Suggs go back to the Ravens in a symbolic move. From Terrell Suggs' birthday to this release was 63 days later, Cardinals 63. If you saw the Louisville Cardinals get upset earlier this week in college basketball, notice that team that beat them became 6-3. And yes, we did call that on Patreon before the game happened. Nice big upset. Again, for all you guys who are sleeping on the Patreon, you're sleeping on missing a lot of money because a lot of people are signing up and they're making big bucks. You don't even have to bet a lot off the knowledge you put out. You can put together small parlays and hit it huge. I had a gentleman a few weeks back off a $5 parlay made over $3,000, and then he followed that up 2 days later on a $25 parlay and literally made over $10,000. We posted those slips on the Patreon. Again, a lot of gentlemen making a lot of money and not betting a lot. If you're sleeping on this knowledge, you're sleeping on the wrong thing. And also, in light of that move coming 63 days after Terrell Suggs' birthday, again, the Ravens just won with a combined 63 points the night prior on a date with 63 numerology. December 12, 2019, 12-12. The Ravens get the 12th win of the season, improving to 12-2. National Football League 122. Lamar Jackson had 212 passing yards over New York, the 212 area code. The Ravens picked up their 212th win in the regular season. And Jeremy White pointed out that in the English extended cipher, Negro equals 212. Just like how we normally talk about how Negro equals 59, like how the Ravens began the season in Miami scoring 59 points. But that 42 also, just a reminder, Lamar Jackson had 5 touchdowns, 42 points. When you write out 5, it's 42. 42 is the number stamped all over black history. Only 2 black quarterbacks to ever win the Super Bowl. Doug Williams and Russell Wilson. One played for Washington, D.C. One played for Washington State, the Seahawks. George Washington was a slave owner. Slavery's 42. Again, numbers coded all over black history. 42. Talk about it again and again. And it's been a span of 42 years since Doug Williams was drafted in the NFL. Played for the Redskins not far from Baltimore. ESPN called this the year of the black quarterback before the season began on September 3rd. And then, by the way, Lamar Jackson at the conclusion of the game had 1,103 yards, like 113 against Scottish's 113. American football credited to the Scottish Rite Freemason Walter Camp, just like how George Washington was a Scottish Rite Freemason. And those T-shirts they're wearing, the North is not enough, kind of almost reminds me of the Toronto Raptors motto, "We the North," which equals 136, which is how we called the Raptors to close it out in Game 6 on 13/6 over the Warriors. The North is not enough encodes 102 and 87, like slavery also has those values. And, of course, Lamar Jackson wears the number 8. He surpassed Michael Vick, number 7. You've seen the graphics on the sports shows with number 8 and number 7 next to each other. Again, this year in Virginia, August 20th, it marked 400 years since the slaves arrived in America, according to the history books. And of course, that's the biblical thing, being mistreated in a foreign land as slaves for 400 years. Today in Georgia, mass shooting. And again, clockwork every single month on the 4464 date. Shooting equals 4437. Georgia equals 4437. I should have written it up here. Today also had a life lesson number of 37. The date numerology was 64 and 44, which is true. Another path is 12 plus 13 is 25, and then you add the year digit for digit. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9, so plus 12 more. So 12 plus 13, 25 plus 12 more, 37. Again, today had the life lesson number of 37, so perfect day for a shooting in Georgia. And hold on, we got a caller real quick. Let's see what's up. Caller?
Hey, Zach.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I wasn't watching the live stream, but I saw you were live streaming, and I've been trying to call you. But how do you think that the organic side of the code, as you talk about, actually applies, like with the athletes and stuff like that? Are they under some type of mind control, you think?
Well, it's a thought. It's a possibility. I can't answer any of that definitively. You know, I'm on the outside looking in, but it's a thought.
Yeah, because I wonder about the organic side of the code. Sometime I'd like to call you when you're not live streaming and talk to you for a couple minutes, because I've had some pretty strange experiences in my life, and when I started learning about the code over a year ago, more so, and really paying attention to your videos, and now I'm reading your book, which I have to say is definitely worth the $5. The best $5 I've ever spent, hands down. So
very cool, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, and yeah, your question, it is a real possibility. I have no doubt they're manipulating by the code, but there is an organic side, and sometimes I wonder myself. So it's just like earlier this year, we called Virginia to win the college championship in February, and there's still something that happened in that tournament along the way. I thought Virginia was going to go out in one of the games, and it's almost like a miracle they won one of them, and I was like, okay, how do you script something like that? So
yeah, I really do believe in some sort of hidden technology or secret high technology, and I wonder if that's, you know, what it really is some sort of mind control they have most of the people under. You know, I try sharing your videos, and most of the time they don't even get any likes on my Facebook, but if I post a picture of my dog or something, then it gets 30 likes, you know?
Yeah, I know how that goes, man. I think all of us know how that goes. Yeah, people don't like the truth, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, well, I won't keep you. I'll try calling you another time.
All right, man, you take care.
All right, thanks, Zach.
All right, yeah, see you.
Bye.
See you. By the way, I give the book to the people who subscribe on Patreon. So if you subscribe on Patreon, you get all the sports picks daily, and you get the book. Good way to go. Today, speaking of news by the numbers, supposedly a cyber attack on New Orleans. New Orleans has had a lot of curious stories this year. And cyber attack equals 37, just like how today has the life lesson number of 37. Again, just like we were saying with Georgia and shooting. Again, every day it's news by the numbers. Ex-Breitbart editor calls Stephen Miller a white supremacist. And he very well might be, but why are you reading about this story today? Again, it's because it's Friday the 13th, and Friday the 13th is 223, like white supremacists. The name of the woman who came out, Katie McHugh, 106, also like white supremacist. And what's it say? Ex-Breitbart editor Stephen Miller is a white supremacist. I know, I was one too. So what a day for this story. And I'm sure there's a whole lot more to it, but also, the story comes on Stephen Miller's 113th day of his age. And again, that's the number from the Talmud, Bava Kama 1138. It's the number the Scottish Rite uses. It's the number of mainstream deception. So, talk about it all the time. The impeachment by the numbers continues today. Today was Trump's 183rd day of his age. Today, the committee backed moving forward with the articles of impeachment. 183 is that phrase, order out of chaos. Today had 19 date numerology as well. Chaos is 19. Order out of chaos is the Masonic agenda. And remember, when this all began September 24th, Nancy Pelosi brought it forward, and it was her 183rd day of her age. Order out of chaos, 183. That was also 26 weeks after her birthday. Another chaos, number 26. And with regards to impeachment inquiry, what they refer to the whole thing as, it was Trump's 103rd day of his age when this began. Impeachment inquiries, 103. So, again, you learn this code. You can see through the sports. You can see through the news stories. The whole mainstream's controlled by the same people. Masons, secret societies that operate by this Kabbalistic code. That's where that term, the Cabal, comes from. Kabbalah, Gematria. How about this one? On Friday the 13th, they come out and tell you that there's a 13-year-old killer out there. On Friday the 13th, 13-year-old boy arrested after this college student was fatally stabbed, source says. And according to the story, when she was murdered, it was in Morningside Park, which equals 83, like murder, like how the song Murder by Numbers by the band The Police came out in 1983. And they said there were between 1 and 3 assailants when she was murdered. Between 1 and 3 on the 13th when they arrest the 13-year-old. Think about it. Think about it. This also happened on Wednesday, the day leaving 20 days left in the year, where we began Death 20. Like how Jordan's coach Pop died that day. Pop 20. And then the big death today that got the most attention, Danny Aiello, dead at 86. Again, we talked about how Clifton... Oh, I'm forgetting his name right now. Jordan's coach. Michael Jordan's coach, his name, who we just talked about. Clifton Herring, that's what it was. Clifton Herring, 86. On this same day in the news, the death of Danny Aiello at 86. And his full name was Daniel Lewis Aiello Jr., 86. No one's ever going to question the death of an 86-year-old. But, again, that number, showing up around suspicious deaths all the time. Daniel Lewis Aiello Jr. is 86 and 121. Blood sacrifices, 121 and 86. We were just talking about this pattern with Ted Ginn Jr.'s son and the death of Ted Ginn Sr. 2 years earlier. This man died 25 weeks after his birthday. Death is also 25. And everyone talked about his film, Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing, that movie released on July 21st in history. I know that because that's my birthday. I always liked that movie when I was a kid, too. I didn't realize it released on my birthday. But Do the Right Thing, July 21st. July 21st leaves 163 days left in the year. That's the 38th prime number. And this death came 38 weeks after Spike Lee's birthday. Death equals 38, murder 38, killing 38, RIP 38. And I'm trying to think of the director of Boys in the Hood earlier this year who passed, John Singleton. His death was synced up with Spike Lee as well. Spike Lee got that, finally got that Oscar at the beginning of the year, and then John Singleton's death was perfectly synced with that. Again, show business. It's deadly. You're in show business, you go out by the code, and usually for somebody else's benefit, or somebody else's continued success, or somebody else's big award. And this is at least the second death this year connected to Spike Lee. They talk about how Aiello broke into Hollywood in 1973 through De Niro. There's probably a connection to De Niro, too. I didn't even explore that. De Niro's in a big movie right now that just came out on Netflix. Here, we can even look at it in real time. But anyway, 1973... Remember, Sacrifice is 73. 1973 was 46 years ago. Sacrifice is also 46. Again, this is why you got to know the 4 base ciphers. Alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, which are these 2 ciphers. This 46 one's considered the most pure, like how Genesis 46 begins with the sacrifice. And then the other 2 ciphers are just the reverse alphabetic order and the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, meaning just making Z1 and counting in reverse back to A is 26. But here, just out of curiosity, let's see, Robert De Niro, August 17th, he's 76 right now. Hopefully he makes it past age 77. Actor 77. You do see a lot of actors go out at age 77 too. What was it? August 17th? Let's see. And hold on. Did Danny Aiello... Did he die today? No, he died yesterday. Well, look at that, man. I already see what it is. So, December 12th would have been 117 days after De Niro's birthday, or his 118th day of his age. So we were just saying it was 38 weeks after Spike Lee's birthday. Death is 38. And again, get rid of these other ciphers. The most important cipher outside of these base ciphers is Jewish Gematria. Death's 118. Caller?
Hello?
Hello?
Zachary.
What's going on?
You're like my idol, bro.
Don't have idols, man, but I appreciate that. I'll take that as a compliment. What's going on?
No, so like, is like everything like scripted, bro?
Well, not everything. I mean, your phone call to me is not scripted right now. That's something you decided to do. But most of the stuff in the mainstream,
I play basketball, right?
Right.
If I score 25 points, right?
Sure.
Is that scripted?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, what about this dude I know, right? Okay. I know this dude, right, that plays D1 college basketball. Does he know about how everything's scripted, you think?
Well, when it comes to college athletics, I think it's mostly the refs and the coaches that are on it there. There's definitely scripting at the Division I level, but I think it's mostly the coaches and the refs, and I think some of the players who might be going to the next level. But
yes, sir. That's what I was thinking too, because I think like I don't know if he is, but here's the thing is that he has like a bunch of friends that are already in the NBA, right? Like they all follow him on Instagram too. So he's probably, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Dude, I watch your videos like every day. I told a couple of my friends about you.
Well, what do they think?
They think that about what?
About exactly what we're talking about. What do they think about that?
Oh yeah, they think it's good that he knows for sure, but he just can't say anything. Because I've even asked him, bro. I really have. Because I'm pretty close.
Sure. I think a lot of the guys, when they make it to the next level, get indoctrinated in these secret societies, and then they do have to keep their lips sealed. So.
Yep. Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
Dude, another thing is, are you not worried that like you might become a target?
Well, I try not to worry about things. I feel like in some ways I've already been a target. I mean, it was how many years ago I had the guy uploading the videos threatening me for Christmas Eve, and the next thing I knew I had a car crashing through my house. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So. But I try to maintain a positive outlook. So.
Dude, another thing is, you know what my friends always say?
What's that?
Like at our school, it's like a running joke. We're like Zach is literally God, and we're like it's Zach's world, and we're just living in it.
No, man, not at all.
Not really is though.
No, I just I was just the person
exposing him, bro. Think about it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing is, we're living in the world of people who think they're God, and that's why things are going on this way. I was just the person who took enough time to figure out what was going on and put in the research and man hours to at least partially crack it. So.
Dude, another thing. Dude, you're literally the reason I'm going to be a millionaire.
Okay.
Is that not facts though? Or you're a millionaire, right?
No, man, I'm not a millionaire. I think if I moved down to Vegas though and just gambled all the time, I could be. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sure. So I don't really want to be, because then I feel like they would take me out, honestly. So.
Yep. See, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing I'm scared of.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. So.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, dude.
Well, you're very welcome, man. You have a good night.
I'll be good. Can I call you like anytime?
Well, anyone can call this number anytime. I keep this phone next to the computer. If I'm not working at the computer, I'm not picking it up because I don't see it. But I do pick up the phone when I'm here. So.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, man.
Bye.
You take care. All right. So. Uh-oh. Here comes the next caller. Let's see what's going on. What's up, caller?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, I just want to say that I feel that some of the other calls are sometimes a little bit immature, to say the least. And just want to say that there are real people out here with real families, real jobs, real everyday lives that genuinely care about what Zachary K. Hubbard has to say and are really appreciative of all your hard work, sir. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and I appreciate the support. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the book. It's a fantastic book. Bless you. That's all I wanted to say, man. I just wanted to, so you just had to hear that for a little bit. So, anyway, I'll let you go.
All right, man. Thank you. You have a good night.
Yep. You too. Bye.
All right. Take care. All right. So, appreciate all of you. Oh, we got one more call. I was going to wrap it up, but hold on. One last call. What's up, caller?
Hey, Zach.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Just wanted to possibly give you an observation. You know that they can use this code for whatever they want, right? Obviously, you know that, sports, whatever, news headlines, so on and so forth. Have you ever possibly thought of the possible chance of them possibly rigging it to lead you astray?
Well, I suppose that could be done.
All right. The only reason why I bring this up is because we don't. I'm only more or less thinking of this in the broader aspect of it. Because, I mean, you've got your channel shut down 19 times, and at which point they are already perfectly aware of you. So, the amount of followers that you do have, at this point, they could easily go ahead and turn around and take advantage of this script and flip it. So, I mean, I know it's kind of off topic. I mean, it just got in probably a little bit ago. And it's just something I thought I should bring to your awareness. Food for thought, more or less.
Indeed.
But, that's just more or less basically on the baseline of what I had to say. So, I just more or less wanted to make you aware that way. I mean, I know you've been at this for a long time. I've only been following you for probably about a year, but I've been kind of aware of this for probably the last 3 years. But didn't fully understand until I started listening to you and I actually got your book. So, well, your unedited book anyways.
Right.
So,
right.
But I figured I'd just go ahead and put this in for food for thought because, I mean, the last comment I tried to add, it didn't actually go in, so I figured I'd just go ahead and call and
that's the new thing.
Observation out there, you know what I mean?
That's the big change post December 10th. Is they were already filtering comments. Now it's hard to even get your comment to stay. They have all sorts of reasons to just automatically delete your comments. So.
Oh, exactly. I mean, it's part of the reason why I don't really try to follow YouTube anymore. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, I guess, go with the flow of nature and the spirit. But I mean, even then, it's really not too definite. So.
Indeed. Yeah?
All
right. Appreciate it, man.
Yep. You take care.
Yeah, you too. Take care. All right, you guys. We'll leave it there and be back soon. Till next time.